I moved to a remote cabin in the mountains to escape the city noise. The local townspeople warned me about the deep forest behind my property. They said the trees grew too close together and the birds never sang after sunset. Last Tuesday, I was sitting on my porch around midnight. The moon was full and casting long silver shadows across the grass. I felt a sudden chill even though the air was warm. I looked toward the tree line and saw two pale yellow lights. The incident. I thought it was an owl or a deer at first, but the lights didn't blink. They were perfectly still and about 7 feet off the ground. I grabbed my flashlight and shined it toward the woods. The beam hit a tall, thin figure standing behind a pine tree. It wasn't a person. It had long gray limbs and skin that looked like wet stone. Its face was completely smooth except for those glowing yellow eyes. I dropped my flashlight in the dirt. The creature didn't move, but it started making a sound. It sounded like my own voice whispering my name over and over. The fallout. I ran inside and locked every door and window. I sat on the floor with my back against the wall until the sun came up. When I finally went outside to get my flashlight, I found something that made my blood run cold. There were no footprints in the dirt, but my flashlight was missing and there was a single long gray hair stuck to my front door handle. I packed my bags and left that morning. I am writing this from a motel 3 states away. I just checked my phone and I have a new voicemail. It is a recording of me sleeping in my cabin from last night. I sat in my motel room staring at my phone. The voicemail was 30 minutes long. It was just the sound of my own heavy breathing and the faint creak of my cabin floorboards. I played the recording again and turned the volume all the way up. Toward the end, I heard a scratching sound. It sounded like a fingernail dragging across a window pane. Then a voice whispered. It wasn't the creature's voice. It was mine. It said, "You forgot to lock the basement, the fallout." My heart stopped. I remembered that the basement door was the only one I hadn't checked before I ran. I called the local sheriff and asked him to do a welfare check on the cabin. He called me back an hour later. His voice was shaking. He said he found the basement door wide open, but that wasn't the worst part. He said the entire basement was covered in my missing flashlights, hundreds of them, all turned on and pointing at a single chair in the middle of the room. On the chair was a small Polaroid photo. It was a picture of me sitting in this exact motel room taken from the window behind my head. I looked at the window and saw a single long gray hair stuck to the glass. It is still outside. It is waiting for the sun to go down.